Hi everyone, Menz here. Going to start out tonight with the AT-15A here on the stream. Going to be streaming for the next 3 hours. Going to be doing a lot of premium tanks tonight, various tiers, kind of hopping around. Most of them are going to be in the 6 to 8 range. And I'll also be doing standard like tier 9 and 10 tanks as well. In any event, there's a slight, about 40-second delay on the stream, so if it takes me a second to respond to you, I'm just trying to catch up on chat if it's kind of a busy moment. Alright. Yeah, Orlando, that would kind of be funny if we get on the opposite teams here. Alright, thanks for running into me. So yeah, if you're trying to get in the same match as me, it's about 40-second difference, maybe slightly closer to 30. Hopefully the quality and everything's good. There's a little bit of a storm swirling around me where I'm at. Sure, hello, The Beat. If there's any specific tanks you'd like me to play, again, I'm trying to play a lot of premiums and my tier 9s and 10s. Feel free to ask in chat and I'll do my best to get to them. Otherwise, I'm here to answer questions as well about World of Tanks and World of Warships. Been working on quite a few map strategies for anybody who follows my website, wattguru.com, or my Facebook page. I think I got something like 5, maybe 6 of them done the past 3 days, I think. Next up, I have one I just finished a little bit earlier for Erlingberg. I guess I have to finish updating the article for the old map I have up. Now the AT-15A here, decent amount of armor. It doesn't have the strongest weak spots in the world, so you can run into problems where... Okay, dude. Like, pick where you're going. You can run into problems where something like tier 8's here, you can kind of struggle. I do not want to use the APCR round on that building. I'm trying to help my artillery kind of out here. It would be nice if they could hit this KV-4. Very, very cautious. Alright, so they're getting that KV-4 well. So I should start by helping the super Persian out, hopefully, with the IS-6, but that's not exactly going well, so instead, let's swap back here to the KV-4. I am using APCR since I'm against quite a few 8s here. I want to get them down quick. Oops. It's just... never mind. Bad shot there. Don't do that, people. There we go. I had a feeling that would have some trouble. World of Tanks is free to play, The Beat. I'm going to swap over to normal AP here. Alright, he has no problem with penetrating me, so I wasn't too concerned about, say, backing away, because it's inevitable. Alright, so that worked out decent in my favor. Whew, this IS-6, I don't know how he's struggling with that super Pershing, but he is nonetheless. I'm not ignoring you, dude. I'm actually answering your questions, but not to say if you're annoying I'm gonna ignore you then, but I'm trying to play here. I answer any questions anybody has, but in any event, AT-15A, I'm just gonna keep pushing on. Hello GG, nice to see you. I'm just going to keep pushing on here. I'm slow, my driver's out, but we're doing pretty well here, so I'm not really too concerned about spending any credits right now for repairing it. This Type 59 over there should get that OI out, I would hope. So we should be pretty well off. I'm just going to be trying to run a few premiums since I need to start buying some tanks, but I've been short on credits for quite a while now. Essentially, I've been playing a little bit too many tier 10s, and I haven't really been able to recoup the credits I lost when I purchased the Centurion Action X. Unfortunately, I don't play Minecraft the beat. I think the closest thing I would play to Minecraft is possibly Terraria on PlayStation 4. You're right, GG. But yeah, right now I play World of Tanks, World of Warships, and past couple days, just kind of take a break from a couple things. I've been playing a little bit of League of Legends again. It's fun from time to time. I don't take it too seriously though. Maybe I should have repaired my driver here. I'm going to be able to get a little bit of cap points here, but in any event, I'm just being a little cheap here. But AT-50A, pretty good with the preferential matchmaking. It is a little bit expensive at times to run with APCR, but in any event, it's a pretty good tank. It's just a little bit dinky gun, and it can be a little bit on the low side penetration with standard AP. Hello, Suzanne or Susan. I don't know if that's you or your husband here. Thank you again for the donation. That was very kind of you guys. Which, thank you, Uber Duber Noober. And also the one other person who was kind enough to send some donations over. Every little bit helps. Not that it really costs me anything to make videos here. I just really enjoy it. It does cost a little bit to run both of my websites. Hello, Trooper Fofo. I do not have the Leopard, unfortunately. I do have the M24 Chaffee, Type 64 light tank. I believe it's Type 64. Type 62, T37. And I actually do plan on bringing out the M22 Locust, I believe. I think it's the M22, but it definitely is the Locust. I love that little tank.
Let's go.
Yeah, Leopard is a pretty nice light tank for spotting. I just haven't ever really touched German light tanks at all. The only thing German I've really played, at least on my standard account, has been heavy tanks. Hoping here soon I can finish that Chinese medium line, and then after that, kind of have to figure out what line I want to pick next. It's either going to be Japanese heavies or potentially the Czechoslovakian tanks. But Poland tanks are actually, or Polish I should say, tanks are actually coming out semi-soon. I wouldn't say right away, but they are in the pipeline. They're going to be the next batch of tanks out. Yep, I've said countless times before, not necessarily here though, I'm always glad that I have people who enjoy the stuff I do. I probably wouldn't have kept up with it this long if, okay, I'm getting flanked already, if I didn't have people who let me know that they like my videos. Because at times, it's a little difficult when you're making things and you can't exactly see the people on the other end. So, I always appreciate feedback. Alright, so probably not going to turn out very well for me here. This spot usually is pretty decent at... Okay, it doesn't help that that's... Yeah, pretty decent at being covered, however. Yeah, I was just trying to get any damage off there because when you have nobody up here, I don't know where our entire team went. They just evaporated up there. Yeah, you can't win assault on this map attacking if you don't prevent the enemy from pushing into the field. But not much I could have did there. It's just one of those matches you just gotta move on. Well, since somebody wanted they suggested the Leopard, unfortunately I don't have it. Why don't I pop into the little M22 Locust here and see what I can get as far as match-wise. As far as my best tank, I'd probably say T110E3 or the T110E5. Not exactly the best map in the world for a Locust with Rowenberg and counter here. However, the Locust, it's still a pretty fun tank. Its gun is a little bit dinky. You don't have that many shells too. This is probably the tank where I've run out of shells in more games than any other tank. And then next up would probably be the 183mm. But, yeah. Not exactly happy about Rowenberg. I was looking forward to playing this little thing. I've had quite a few fun matches in this before. So I'm just going to kind of zip up, see what I can spot, figure out where I want to kind of push into, and go from there. I do carry a couple APCR rounds since your penetration on standard AP is a little bit low for facing higher tiers, but against tier 3s you can kind of make do with it. Alright, so we got a few people pushing into the field, so I'm probably going to stick over on this side to be honest. Okay, so we've got more enemies. Kind of surprised that they're pushing to there, but hopefully our team responds and pushes up a little bit. Sometimes I do have to remember that this is low tiers and people don't always move like you would see in higher tier matches. And I'm just kind of moving around because that guy didn't look like he was exactly all there. Let's just move up a little bit here. Got this mortar in front of me. Doesn't look like he exactly has the best aim in the world either. Okay, I do have to be concerned about this guy. But just little movements. Works out great because the Locust is a very petite tank, to say the least. Doesn't help when you miss it. Point blank range though. Or critical hit. That's not good either. Alright, so we got a PZ2 here. Got another PZ2. Fortunately, I'm trying to get these guys to come into this BT7 over here. This guy's got a little bit heftier gun than I do. After this, I can pop into either the E5 or the E3. But the Locust, you just gotta know you have very good mobility. You don't exactly have the best gun, but you can still get a bit of damage in. You just keep moving, keep spotting. Is that guy? He's not looking my way. I'm not even sure if he's playing, so I'm just gonna... Nah, this guy is a bot, looks like. Or, I don't know what he's doing here, but I will gladly take that damage there. So all in all, a little quick match here at tier 3. But the Locust is just one of those little fun tanks that if you enjoy light tanks, it's always a pleasure playing it. Unless you get slated against higher tiers, then it's a little troublesome. In any event, Mastery Badge 2nd class. Most amount of damage in the match at 589. Yeah. Minute. Hello, Joseph. Ah, no problem. It's like I almost didn't make it at 6. I was kind of got distracted there for a second. So why don't I pop into the T110E3? Like I always say, if anyone ever misses a stream, it's no big deal. It always uploads as a regular video afterwards. I really wish YouTube, you could, I want to kind of edit the videos to, if it makes sense, along the bottom of the video where you see let's see how it's buffering and loading and everything, and where you are at. I wish I could put little annotations there to point out each tank I've played during the stream, but I have not figured that out yet. I have not seen anything as far as that on YouTube. It's a little bit annoying. I would have thought that they'd have it, being YouTube and all. So in any event, no artillery. Their 3 tier 10s are all medium, so that's gonna pose a little bit of trouble for our 9 and 0 line. Knowing this though, they have a lot more mediums here. They only have 3 tier 9 heavy tanks. 2 of them not exactly great gun depression wise, so I'm gonna head up over here, see if I can kind of bully them, which, whew, if I was not pointing that way, I would have took a pot shot at him, since he kind of stalled at the top of the hill there. Alright, Mr. Leopard. That wasn't very nice, but at least our team got a pretty good hit on him there. So we still have to be a little careful here. Which crap, God damn it. I thought I might have got lucky there. Yeah, I thought I might have got lucky and be able to catch him. Oh shit, there is. I don't know why I said there is no artillery. There is an artillery piece. Alright, this guy is being a little bit cautious, which is understandable. I'm kind of doing bad here. Okay, thought this guy might try to pop out to hit me, but... Alright, so that hurt a little bit. That was not very nice, Lorraine. Ooh. Oh god. Yeah, so I'm not exactly doing the best here in the E3. I want to hit that E75, but at the same time, yeah. I'm gonna chalk this up as this is my fault that we're losing here. Let's see if I can get back. Nope. Thought I might get lucky and get back before he could hit me, but at this point, I've got to try to do something because I kind of failed for the first 2 minutes of the match, and unfortunately my team is paying the price here. But can't always do good in every single match. Not that I do good in most matches. It's really hit or miss as far as my playstyle, since I do I kind of put the horse blinders on and just kind of plow through a flank and don't really pay too much attention at times. Props to these 2 T10s though, they've definitely stalled us here. It's like I've seeing the base getting capped, but not much I can do about it right now. Hello, gamer boy. After this, though, I'm probably gonna pop into the WZ-120. Only because I'm trying to finish that grind, but it would be nice if we could get some people over to the base now, like the T49. Calling T49. Please don't tell me this AMX 1390 is gonna kill me. But man, not to say the light tank was fault for losing, since I'm putting it on me. But he should have came back, I don't know, maybe like 45 seconds before he turned back. But in any event, that was a pretty crappy showing there for me. Yeah, only 1,000 damage. That's just barely 1.5 shots in the E3. So why don't I switch over here to WZ-120. I just need to try to get this double out of the way, since I'm slowly but surely working towards the 121. I have enough free experience, of course, to unlock it, but I'm not in that much of a rush to. But if there's any specific tanks anybody wants me to play, I'll gladly jump into them. But yeah, GG. I was just kind of looking. I know about adding the annotations. It's just trying to figure out like an easy way to do it, but I'm just not really saying it on my streaming options here. But yeah, it would take forever for the ways that I've seen it done. Any event though, not a terrible map to get in this. Alright, I'm kind of liking the other team's tier 9s a little bit better. Hello, Pierre. But I'm going to be heading over to the 1-3 line. I actually just finished a map strategy for Abby. I think it was, nah, maybe it wasn't yesterday. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. I honestly forget. But updated that. And also all my map strategies from here on forward. And probably my weak spot guides once I get back to doing them. I'm trying to finish all the maps first. I think I'm about... Oh god, that guy got wrecked. I think I'm about a quarter way through the maps currently, but I'm trying to make everything colorblind now, since I had a few people request guides that didn't have red and green with them. I didn't exactly know, since I'm not colorblind, and nice for people always to point out things. Holy crap, we lost 2 people already. Okie dokie, so yep. This is going well. Okay, this guy's diving on in there, isn't he? Alright, so let's just take that shot. I wasn't sure about the side, but once I looked at his turret, I remembered it's a little bit bouncier than I would like to take a shot at. Alright, so let's ignore that guy, since he's just trying to stall us, it seems like. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, if they let him go, there's a problem here. Alright, so let's worry about this Pat in here. I'm in a decent spot to where, while I don't have very good gun depression, I can still somewhat fight effectively here. I was trying to hit his commander's cupola, but this tank, it's more like a heavy tank gun than a medium tank gun most of the time. Alrighty now. So that guy's getting a little bit annoying. I'm actually gonna poke out here, get this T32 just to help my guys down there. Hello, Mike. Looks like we got the T32's attention. If not, attention now. He's a little mad. It'd be very nice if these guys would push up now. It's just M103. T54. Yeah. I know that this guy can damage me. I know his mantlet's pretty strong, but I'm just trying to out alpha him here. Hello, Kid Nerf. Nice of you to join us for the first live stream. All right, Mr. Gun Depression. There we go. Since you haven't been here before, any tank requests or questions, I will gladly answer them. There's a slight 30-second delay on the chat, so bear with me if it takes me a little bit to respond to you. Oopsie daisy. Don't want to get hit by him. Also don't want to hit the frickin' cliff there. Our team's not exactly doing great here, but in any event, it's definitely interesting match so far. I've did a decent job, but we lost the other two flanks, which I kind of saw coming. You don't necessarily need to push down the 8 line. However, if you're going to defend it, you're better off defending in D7, if not back further into the base, rather than just sitting right at the end, because you really just give the enemies the upper hand by pushing close to them. You want to keep some distance on them, that way you can just have a little bit of a buffer. Surprise! Whew. That guy surprisingly got a really quick shot off, and it was perfectly aimed. But in any event, I don't know if anybody follows kind of other World of Tanks blogs, but in any event, I got high caliber, 3,800 damage, not too bad for the WZ-120, and blocked 1,000 damage. Unfortunately, I don't have the M103. I'll kind of scroll through my tank list real quick here to show everybody what I have. But I don't know if other people here follow kind of World of Tank blogs, but it's not exactly new, but it's kind of gaining popularity. It is banned on the North American server, but the European server, support staff for some reason said it wasn't banned. However, there is kind of a aim assist mod out there that technically, I guess, is legal on the European server, even though it shouldn't be. It's definitely not a North American server, but they can't exactly detect it. Essentially, you press a button and it takes over control for your auto aim, and it'll essentially improve your auto aim. Your auto aim will actually aim for weak spots, and all you have to do is click, and basically you have perfect accuracy to some degree. But yeah, it's just, I'm sure we're going to be seeing quite a few more people using that since a popular blog posted about it. In any event, though, I don't have the M103, so if there's any other tanks that you saw here that you want me to play, mention them. I'm going to pop into the T34 here, though, because I'm trying to play a few premiums. But yeah, the M103, I played it a little bit, which, sorry Gamer Boy, I'll hop into the T28 Prototype next match. I saw that right after I got into the match here. The M103, I actually didn't really play on my standard account that much. Maybe just 1 or 2 battles. I played on a test server, but I actually pushed to the T30 heavy tank before it was the M103 and T110E5, so all my battles it shows on my account actually are not the M103. Yep, I can play the T29 and the T28 Prototype. Let's go. Alright, so T29 or T34 here. I'm gonna just kind of pop down here, follow this hill, or I guess sand dune, since it has pretty decent gun depression. Whew, okay, I don't want to do that. And M103 is a great tank. T32 isn't exactly bad, and the T29 is an excellent tank. T32 just... Yep, Hugh. It's just, I don't use any mods or anything at all, as evident by me doing really retarded things at times, but it's just, there's other popular blogs, apparently on a European server, they condone a certain mod that improves your auto aim to aim at weak spots. But at least on the North American server, because a couple people on the North American staff have replied about it already, since a lot of people saw the video about it. It is illegal on the North American server, and I wouldn't recommend using it at all. Not that anyone should need to use it. Alright, so that wasn't exactly smart on my part, but I need to focus on people in front of me here, and hopefully we don't let this little light tank... Yeah. Gotta love T34 at times. But yeah, I'm sure somebody over there is probably gonna get a little yelled at in the European server, because even though they said it's quote-unquote legal, I highly doubt it, since it is essentially an aimbot. But I'm just trying to get up to where I want to get to over here. This little VK, I don't know why he's following me as much as he is. But I have no clue what our team's doing. The North should be doing pretty well, but they seem to be taking a little bit too much time right now. Me, unfortunately, I'm not really able to do much here. I'm kind of stuck, surrounded by enemies. It'd be very nice if we would get some help here. I'm just gonna kind of use my turret armor here, hopefully to protect me a little bit. Yep, Thomas, this next patch, it will be receiving a roof, and it's not going to be open-topped anymore. Alright, buddy. I know what you're trying to do, but there's not much that I can do right now with the amount of tanks I have here. It'd be nice if the people on base could potentially, you know, shoot somebody. That would be extremely nice, because right now, don't really have a chance to hit anybody. But, yeah, again, I'm going to end up dying here. Not that we're potentially... Okay, let's just get my last shot off here since I'm going to die from the rear. But I have no clue what these two guys are doing. And even Artie, because our Artie wasn't exactly shooting over here either. You would think that they'd want to help us out, because these two guys have perfect shots right down there. But in any event, oh well. Alright, in any event, T28 Prototype. Let's just push here. But as far as mods go, I just don't use any. I just find it a lot easier to update the game, but more importantly, I guess I like playing vanilla games in a way. I don't really like any added stuff, but that's just me. It's nothing against mods. Alright, in any event though, no SPGs here, since very good for me, since T28 does not have a roof yet. But T28 HD model is actually, I would almost consider it a nerf in a way. Even though it is getting a roof, if you're going to get hit by arty, it's going to hurt anyway. But the T28, the roof on it, you're going to have 2 cupolas that will be weak spots. Hello, Abdul. Yeah, I know it's kind of a mistake trying to rely on your team when you're playing solo, but I always give people the benefit of the doubt. It's like I just play to win, so I usually just try to push where I think is going to help my team the most and do what I think is going to get me to win, not necessarily the most damage like some people would do, or playing specific tanks like some people would do as well. Alright. Of course I missed him. That would have been a very nice shot to get in the beginning, but no luck there. Don't think I'm spotted here. Alright, at least I got a track there, so hopefully he does not have a repair kit. I am very exposed right now with my side, but I'd much rather stay aimed in here. Alright, so he's gonna try to move, and unfortunately I just missed him. We're running into the problem right now of a team that's a little bit too spread out, and it seems like we're not exactly going to do very good in any one location, which is probably the most frustrating of matches that you can have. Alright, that hurt a little bit, T34. Don't know if that was a premium round, but seeing as it took out my turret, it very much well be, unless he hit me on the very flat part. Unfortunately, these guys need to push. They have the upper hand. It's like, I don't know why they're exactly sitting down there. Alright, buddy, I know you're trying to get a shot off, but you're doing more harm than good here. Yeah, it's another thing. Like, as far as mods, I play the standard game, since no matter what people see, it's not going to be very confusing if you see, like, a bunch of different colors or different mods. It's going to be just standard. Which I got hit by that guy. I only got hit by one shot, though, which is a little odd, since usually you would expect 2 or 3 more shots coming in there. But the guys in the south are still playing extremely defensive, which I can't say I know why, but I'm not down there, so I never know what could be up. But since I'm down to one-shottable levels here, I'm just kind of pulling back. Okay, I bounced off an IS. That's a little bit of bad luck there, but just pulling back to where I'm a little bit safer here. That way I don't just pull around that corner and get popped. Granted, it's inevitable at this point, but I can at least try to hold out and get a couple more shots here. Alright, Mr. Comet. You gonna give me another shot? I like it. Yeah, so chalk this up to we're not gonna make it out of here. Hello, Mr. E75. You're just gonna kill me, aren't you? You're not, but... Oh. That was the M46. Might as well get my shot off, because the E75 is about to just punch right through my armor. T28 has decent armor, but really, it just holds up against other tier 8s. When I come across a tier 9 and even a tier 8 tank destroyer, I don't really think my armor is going to hold up that well. T34, and we ended up losing. Not too much of a surprise. I thought we might have won, but looks like they capped us out. Honestly, I didn't do too well either. In any event, someone asked for T29 heavy tank, so I can hop into that here. I'm having flashbacks to League of Legends since I was playing that a little bit this morning. Definitely a huge difference going from League of Legends over to World of Tanks and back and forth. But yeah, since I was making a lot of guides this week, I decided just take a little bit of a breather. I played a little bit of World of Warships to get a video done. And I also have 2 more videos for World of Warships I'm currently working on. But took a little bit of a break. Just sometimes you need a little bit of a break from World of Tanks and World of Warships. Can't exactly play it 100% of the time. But in any event, T29 here, very similar to the T34, tier for tier, except for I would say T29 is a little bit more well-rounded since it doesn't exactly have as big a gun for its tier on it. Which, I actually just finished the El Haluf map strategy too. But unfortunately for El Haluf and a T29, you don't have too many options available to you. Now there are 2 SPGs, so gotta kind of keep that in the back of my head. I'm probably gonna end up over here to use my gun depression. I'm just gonna take it a little bit of a safer route instead of heading this way like some people do. Since I'm in a heavy tank, I'd much rather move up a little bit further and then head right. Unfortunately, I do not have a T30. I do have the T110E4, however. But even though this is kind of seems counterintuitive, which I don't know why our Scorpion's all the way up there, but he is, just not pushing down there because you can get spotted from lights and mediums. It does make a big difference sometimes. Granted, it doesn't look like they have a light tank down there to cap, though. And unfortunately, I missed this M4 pushing across here. Hello, buddy. For him to turn, I was trying to track him. Ooh, thank you a lot, artillery. Unfortunately, I just missed my chance for him. Right, gotta keep an eye on that tiger area, and also this T30 there. I'm glad I saw him before I turned that corner. He fired, so I can pop up a little bit here. I don't want to move up too much. I just want to... Even though there's this M46, I gotta... Never mind, this tiger's moving. Let's say, I was just keeping an eye so that he would push into me, and I'd be pre-aimed instead of me having to push into him. I don't have the WZ... 111.4. I do have the WZ 121. Definitely a different tank, but nonetheless, it does have WZ in its name. God damn it, I let that T32 cross. Yes, I can play the Bat Chat, Abdul. I guess since I've seen you around quite a few streams, that's why you added that smiley face. Ooh, he got nailed. Yeah, it would be nice, these guys would kind of move as well. It's all fine and dandy having base defense, but if nobody's pushing, then you need to freaking move somewhere. We need a little bit of help. Somebody, anybody. Big bad T30's coming for me here. This is definitely gonna hurt. Yep. I'm actually just gonna go the only place I know where I might be able to be safe, which is all the way down here. It's that T30. He's gonna one-shot me after this. Unfortunately, I'm pulling back on my IS-3 and or T34, but it's not too much I can do at this point up there. Sometimes you just have to retreat and live the fight another day, because we're still pretty evenly matched. We just need our tanks that are sitting at the base to either push their base or do what this person's trying to do and push over to help us. Okay, that's not a good spot for me either. Almost got hit by artillery there. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, 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 no. God damn it. And still, our tank destroyers are sitting all the way back there. Gotta love it. Trying my best here. I can't push too far back. I know I'm gonna get artilleried eventually, but I'd rather take my chances with an SPG missing than definitely a regular tank popping me here. And I don't think you want to push up too far, Pershing. Alright, so the M40, M43, if he pushes over one more square, he could definitely have an easy shot on them, but whether or not that happens remains to be seen. Because you know, once he moves, they're going to move into the open and get hit. Oh god, that's not good. Alright, so we lost the tank there. Hopefully our artillery can do something here. And I missed. I was being a little too cautious there, but in any event, oh god. Not good, not good. Got a T-25 behind me. He's the more imminent threat. 3 HP? Come on. You kidding me? Hopefully someone's not on my left.
Enemy armor is destroyed. We're immobilized. They killed our driver. We're covering his position.
That's not good because he's just gonna dirt shoot me. Don't kill me, KV3. Alright. Oh god, 14 HP. I'm not having a good time with these low HP tanks here. But I am having a good time with people hitting me with HE. I am surprised I survived both of them. Yeah, I was looking at the mini-map, I'm looking at the chat over here, I'm looking at my own screen. Whew, somehow I got 5 kills though, so let's hope this T-25 can pull this off here. He can one-shot that T-30. But yeah, if I was an SPG, mainly that M40. I'm just sticking around because this is a pretty interesting game. Hopefully it ends pretty interesting. I was very surprised I lasted as long as I did, but it's better in most cases to play defensive without sitting entirely in your base rather than trying to force something that just isn't there. That T30, honestly, he's probably down here if I had to guess. But kind of surprised that T30 pulled back as far as he probably did. Hello, Martin. Special message waiting for me, GG. Tempted to pop out of the game, but kind of committed here now. It's like he either... I wouldn't push that way. Albeit he can cap him out, to be honest. Oh, there he is. Holy shit balls. Okay, so looks like our artillery didn't have a shot, which, yeah, but in any event. But in any event, this got a lot more boring now. If we had two people together, they could have kind of methodically pushed on him, but in any event. Yeah, I'll pop in. I can do a couple platoon games, GG. Alright. Which, if anyone else wants to join, I can do a few battles here. Which, he wanted the Bat Chat. Alright, so here we go. Which, hopefully you enjoy this, Abdul. Because my last few Bat Chat matches have not been very good. Alright, so Fjords. Not exactly the best map in the world for this, but could be worse. I'm probably gonna end up in the typical spot for pretty mobile tanks up here. I haven't had too much luck in the center recently on this side. Just hope for the best here. Just usually when I end up going up north, I guess find myself getting swarmed. It usually is never like a fair fight up there. It's either you have too many tanks or they have too many tanks. But in any event, I do like Fjords as a map. They were kind of talking about replacing this map, or just basically removing it outright, or instead of tweaking it. Don't think it really needs that. What it could kind of use is just changing this up a little bit, and I think it would be great. Potentially getting rid of almost all of this, that way both sides are open. That would be pretty interesting, in my opinion. And potentially just making a little bit more of a wall there, a cliff where you can shoot down. But what do I know? I don't design maps. I just make map strategies for them. Which this one is coming up on my list. I'm kind of going alphabetically through them. Hello, slib. Hello, Andre. Just being a little bit careful here since I'm all alone. Just gonna pick on this little guy since I can most likely get him out. Yep. Or at least help get him out there. Alright. A little bit more damage in. Alright. So he's pushing. God damn it, dude. Why did you push up like that? Didn't help that he got ammo racked, but still. Whew. You never want to push into that side without vision. Which, thank you very much for stealing my spot. At least this M48 hasn't shot me, but T34 kind of ganked my little cubby hole there. Alrighty now. It's 183. I'm a little bit hesitant, just because he's down there. I don't think, honestly, I'm going to be able to do much here. Yeah, I get that a lot. Oh, this guy. I forgot he kind of got blown up too. I'm actually going to completely do a 180 here. Since that 183 is down there, I'm not going to be able to essentially push into him too much. I see my south needs a little bit more help than where I'm at right now. But yeah, I get that quite a bit, that people feel I'm underrated, but it's probably because I stream here on YouTube instead of Twitch, and God damn it, I do things like that. Maybe that's why, but people don't watch me. But in any event, let's see. It's not exactly ideal for me to push down and kind of brawl, but nonetheless, I think that this is the right choice in the end. It'd be nice if I can save our E100. You know, they seem to be doing a little bit better now. It's like it is a mouse and E100, so you're definitely not short on HP or armor. But nonetheless, trying to help out the best I can here. Got 2 more shots before I got out. Oop. Ooh, don't hit me. There we go. We're gonna end up winning. I did good in the bat chat for once. I just have never... This is my only tank, if you look at my service record, that I've played over 100 games with, that I have not gotten an ace tanker with. I've gotten a mastery first badge, or first class badge, but otherwise it's the only tank. And I have mild OCD in a lot of things, and it's kind of something that bothers me. But fortunately, yeah, the Bat Chat is a very quick tank to be able to move between flanks and kind of listen to that thing in the back of my head. I usually don't when I play the Bat Chat, and I switch flanks. In any event, Mastery Badge third class here, 2400 damage, and otherwise not too much, just a little bit of assist damage. Alright, so why don't I... Let's see, why don't I play No, I don't want to go that way. Wanted to kind of get a Type 59 match in. I should be picking light tanks since GG here seems to like light tanks. Which I am working towards the M41. I think I have something like 6,000 to 8,000 more experience I need to grab on the T37 to unlock the Bulldog. Alright, so tier 10 match. I knew the Bulldog had a little bit more matchmaking room than the Type 59 does, since this doesn't see tier 10s. But usually I kind of take risks when it comes to that, and it didn't really pay off. Not that the... I actually forgot about the T29. I'll pop into the stats afterwards. Thanks for reminding me about that. I completely forgot. But in any event, Type 59 is not exactly the worst Tier 8 premium in the world to get into a Tier 10 match. But I might as well head north. I was thinking of... right, this guy doesn't look like he's looking, but I was thinking of doing my patented move of pushing across here. I kind of like doing that if I'm low tiers, or low tier, and kind of harassing the enemy, but being on that side. But seeing as I don't have much support down there, I'm better off not doing that. Plus the Type 59 is not exactly that quick. Yep, the T10 heavy tank, definitely a better tank than it was initially. It's basically just gotten little buffs here or there, especially when it got an HD model. Alright. So I thought that guy would hop back here, but nonetheless he did not. All I need is a little itty bitty shot on his side. You need to turn the quality down then. Sometimes I play with other people's stream on my second monitor, but I find I have to watch it in 480p or whatever it is, not HD. Then again, I have pretty good download speeds. It's just my upload that's a little bit iffy at times. So I've basically done nothing this entire match here, but trying to get a little bit better of a vantage point on this T-54, but that didn't exactly work out as planned. He moved down a little bit further than he was when I was up there. Alright, calm down, little Chinese man. I always forget when I'm with these national voices and I hop into a Chinese tank. It scares me a little bit since I wear headphones. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna just push here since nobody else wants to. Alright, so got set on fire. That's something that doesn't happen all that much in the Type 59, but it happened. Stop shooting me! Alright, well, thanks for platooning GG. My favorite type of tank? Probably heavy tanks. I usually play better in heavy tanks or heavier tank destroyers. I just like something with a little bit of armor to it. After that, though, definitely light tanks. I'm either one or the other. Something with a lot of armor or something with no armor and a lot of speed. Not the Bat Chat though. That's got an autoloader. I am terrible at autoloaders. So seeing as I only have 298 HP, I'm better off just trying to plot myself onto the flag and getting some cap points here. Don't know why that guy's so angry. I know it took a little bit longer than it should have in the north, but nonetheless, we should still get this here. I'm just gonna plop in right in front of this guy, so if I die, he should be good. But some people just are not happy at all. It's like, dude, we're gonna win. Like, yeah, you were kind of left alone down in the town, but still, we won. But, oh well. It's like, to me, I play World of Tanks, like I said, to kind of win games, but I guess some other people are not content with always just winning. Alright, so Mastery Badge 3rd class, decent showing in a tier 10 match, 1200 damage. Not exactly the easiest map in the world to play a light tank though. Blocked a little bit, spotted for a little bit, 56,000 credits, not too bad. Alright, so I gotta remember about that T29 game down here. Which, yep, ended up a draw. Mastery Badge 1st class. Let's see how this ended here. Ooh. Obviously our SPGs pushed and they just ended up capping out, most likely. Or not capping out. No, I guess they took a little bit too long, but they did kill that T30. Props to them. That's alright, GG. Nice to play a couple games with you. I still ended up with the most amount of damage in the match at 3,200. 5 kills. Blocked a little bit and spotted for 3,300 damage. But T29 definitely a great tank. A lot of people almost think it's overpowered for tier 7, which it's probably one of those tanks once you get it fully upgraded. If you play to its strengths, it is kind of like a tier 7.5, almost a tier 8 in a way. It's just the gun stats hold it back a little bit, and HP wise from being a full-fledged tier 8. Alright, so it's been a little bit of a time since I played on this map in a light tank, at least from standard battles go. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm just thinking, because usually I get on this map in mediums or heavies, tank destroyers, and I go right to this area here. Being a light tank though, I'm going to pop out over to the field. There's only one SPG, and the enemy team does have some Cromwells I have to worry about. Yep, good night, Thomas. Nice for you to stop by. Yeah, I would say you definitely need some sleep if you've been up for 20 hours. I've done that a few times, and certainly not the best feeling in the world. Maybe you'll be up by my next stream tomorrow night. In any event here, the Type 64, as I run into a nice little concrete wall there. Essentially up-tiered Chaffee in all basically characteristics go. It's just basically a tier higher Chaffee and a premium. It does have a few little differences, but plays pretty similar to a Chaffee and really a fun tank. Okay. So, unfortunately he's not spotted anymore. But I don't want to dive in too close here just because of those Cromwells go. Alright, so you're gonna... Yep, just missed him. Let's see if he ends up pushing up further. But in this case, since I'm a little bit... Yeah, crap, that's a bad shot. Since I'm a little bit outgunned here, I just want to keep my distance. We do have a Jagged Panther behind me, and we also have a T34, but he's a little bit hurt. As far as IS-7 or IS-4, it really just depends on the map. I would say more consistently the IS-7, but if you play a little bit more conservatively, I would probably go with the IS-4. Alrighty now. So we do have a small shot on this guy. Just wanna... Yep, unfortunately I'm just barely getting seen through the little squiggle there. Oh, here's that guy too. I guess I should have focused on him first. Here we go. Alright. Thought I was going to get around there at the end, but not so much. There we go. Nice little track there. Come on, AMC. I know you don't have a turret, but you can do it. Alright, so we're down to just one tank here. I'm going to say to hell with this, and I'm just going to go for it here. Alright, I got tracked twice. Fantastic. And this is why I should not have done that. It doesn't help that as they were shooting me, the T34 and AMX didn't try to help, but in any event, that was my fault. I should have took that a little bit differently, knowing that there were still 2 crown balls there. But in any event, let's move on from that. Andre, since you mentioned the IS-7 and IS-4, why don't I hop into one, if not both of them, and play them for you. IS-7 definitely has better armor head-on than the IS-4. A little bit more mobile, but less HP, less overall armor. And gun-wise, packs a little bit more of a punch, but worse gun stats as far as, say, accuracy and everything goes, just because you're moving around a lot with the IS-7. So I'm going to try, since I'm here in the north, with a not terrible spawn spot, I'm going to try to push straight down here into the center road. Okay, it seems like whenever I play light tanks, I'm like, huh, I'm going to push across this area. Tracked again, and I'm dead. Fantastic. But a little bit frustrating that one of my allies didn't at least kill the guy. I don't even care that I died. It was just the fact that, oh, sorry Skoda, that the guy didn't take any shot whatsoever in return for my death. Because I'm all for dying taking one for the team if it amounts to something, but that was just stupid on my part. Let's see, sometimes you can get a decent shot off here in the beginning. And there's a Leopard prototype. Alright. I was afraid I was not going to get a shot off on him, but it happened. This IS-7 chose the wrong path. I like going here, because if your team is the field, which I kind of figured we would, you can kind of hold down here pretty well. You're not immune to shots, since the hill here doesn't exactly block everything. However, it is enough to typically make the enemy hate you. Alright, so definitely going to have a lot of enemies here. But yeah, IS-7 doesn't have really any turret weak spots unless you turn your turret to the side. It's a lot of T's there. Alright. Let's see if I can get a shot here. Come on, start shooting me. Don't shoot my friends. I don't want to push out of here because it can easily backfire on me. I'm just hoping that our south continues to do well. And just holding on a little bit of hope. If somebody else pushes up here, and I'm not just going to be sitting here doing nothing. Alright, so we got the AMX-50B still. Pretty sure these people are contemplating pushing back around on me, because in front of them, 3 tank destroyers and also a heavy tank. In any event. Alright. Ooh, I could have took a shot on him. I probably should have taken a shot on him. Not took But just holding my spot here, since without it, they would have a much easier time moving around. Come on, let the shots come. It's like they have a very slim chance of penetrating me here. Heat can potentially go through, but it's still very unlikely. Unfortunately, though, very unlikely for me to penetrate this guy as well. Alright, so this Jagged Panzer is starting to push, so I've kind of got to move up with him, I feel like. Ooh, crap. Definitely, that did not help. I'm trusting you, dude, to help me out here. Ah, another block. But IS-7's gun is not the easiest to use by any means as far as accuracy goes. Come on, Jagged Panzer, you can do it. Oh no. Oh, that went very much the opposite of what I expected. Oh well. I was trying to push in, but I don't know why I thought the AMX-50B had less HP than that, but yeah. Whoops. That's definitely a... I guess just chalk that up to me being very stupid at times. So we ended up losing the Siegfried line. Almost 1,000 damage, but all in all, not exactly the best match in the world for there either. One mistake is all it takes. I probably could have stayed where I was in the IS-7, but honestly, I don't think it would have changed much there. It probably would have been better. I'd still be alive right now. But the way things were going, we're definitely going to lose the north, basically north of me. And at that point, they would be able to penetrate me coming around the corner on my right. In any event, though, moving on to the IS-4 here. Almost halfway through the stream, so if there's any other tanks people want me to play, feel free to mention them. If not, after this, I'll probably hop into some other high-tier premium tank. So once again, we got Windstorm here. I almost said Windstorm. Don't know where that came from. But in any event, 2 nasty artillery pieces over there. I'm definitely not going north because that Conqueror gun carrier can tear me apart over cover. Gonna be heading south and hoping that Waffle Tiger E100 is not in the vicinity of me. Can't believe that the 9.14 patch is taking a little bit longer than it should. They are making sure the bug fixes are out before they release it, which is a good thing, but really testing it, it didn't seem like anything was wrong, but I don't know. But really, even though the Waffle Trager E100 isn't getting replaced in this next patch, nor is the Chieftain getting implemented, it will mean it's closer. I guess that tank should never have been put into the game. Not only is it completely fictional, except for the hull it's on, it's just, I don't know why they ever thought it was a good idea to add it. So I'm going to take a little peek and see what is out here. Oop, there is a leopard over there. Let's see if anybody's down that way, since honestly... Ooh, I am spotted by... Ooh, God. I knew I was spotted by somebody, but I did not know who. 3 E100s, though. I don't think I'm going to be pushing this way, to say the least. Just tapping into somebody behind me. I'm glad they were also moving reverse, because I would have ended up taking quite a bit of damage there. But if those 2 E100s were not in front of me, I probably would have ended up pushing across that bridge. Just so little people do it that, even though it seems like a very bad move, it surprisingly works out a lot of times. Alright, so I bounced off a Leopard 1. Andre, the KV-3, pretty much, especially when upgraded, just kind of soaking up damage. You're very slow, so make sure you don't go to a flank where you're going to be A, flanked, but also left behind. Alright, so I guess I'm going to have to go back to base. I don't want to, but this is starting to kind of snowball for them. But, KV-4 is kind of the same way. Once fully upgraded, though, you have a bit better gun for your tier than, say, the KV-3. Alright. Let's move in here to fully help this guy out. So you want to always keep moving your IS-4 around, wiggle a little bit, angle it. Your armor's not exactly the best, but the best thing about your armor is, since it's pretty good all around, you just keep moving around and make the enemy miss your... Ooh, okay, buddy. You just ruined the flow there. I'm not gonna catch up to him now. I'll just leave him to you. But unfortunately for that E100, my momentum got killed, and that T57 fortunately had a very easy time at dealing with him. There we go. Swap over to HE round. I should be able to just plop him with HE to take him out from here. Okay, we're not. I was not really expecting him. Okay. To do that. There we go. HE, while not exactly the most useful thing in a lot of cases, is very useful when it comes to low tier, or not low tier, low HP tanks. Oh shit, dude. I don't know if that's the same E100, but I think it is, but that was not very good, dude. I have a feeling I'm about to get flanked, which is why I'm kind of heading back here for a second. Would have thought the E100 could deal with that. Alright, so I bounced off of him. Could have dealt with that M103 since he had a very good shot on him, but doesn't seem to be the case. Alrighty now. I don't have a very good shot on this 140, but that worked out. Since this Waffle Trigger isn't exactly pushing for the cap, I'm gonna take this time to hopefully help out here in the town. Kind of get numbers back on our side. Alright. Waffle Trigger is making his move, which is not good for us. Not good. But not good for this guy, because I'm just gonna hopefully pull right around him and bounce off of him. Alright, just seeing where he's aiming. I was hoping I could deflect that. God damn it. I'm getting angry at myself now. Thank you very much, E100. Because I was failing there. In the event, we have a Waffle Trigger. Kind of chasing us down here. Unfortunately, it's probably the worst tank to be left with, especially if he has a full clip right now. You're gonna get the new tank. It's called the Growly 15 once it gets replaced. At least I got him down to one-shottable levels here. But definitely have to worry about artillery, which hopefully I don't get hit by the other guy. Good job, T110E5. They had a Growly 15. If you Google it, it should pop up for World of Tanks. There's stats for it and screenshots. Not that the stats are final. Essentially, it's going to be a non-autoloader tank destroyer. It's going to have 750 damage gun. Not pretty good. The best accuracy in the game. Really good damage per minute. It's just going to be extremely fragile. But I think it's going to be an interesting TD. Will it be for me? Probably not. But that's just because I don't play German tank destroyers, at least as of now. So I'm going to stick with this E100 just in case this 261 decides to continue to push into him. Just facing off against... Okay, dude, don't push, don't push. Okay, I guess you can do that then. Against artillery, you just want to kind of stick together and go at the same time. That way, if one of you gets taken out, which you don't want to, of course, stay too close to where you're going to get splash damaged, but that way if one of you gets taken out, the other one kills them. In any event, pretty good comeback for us here. For a very long time, it looked like we were going to lose, but fortunately it did not turn out that way. Alright, now which way is this guy facing? I have a feeling like he... never mind. E5 got him. But for a very long time it looked like we were going to lose, but again, just kind of hold your composure. Don't do anything too crazy, which I thought about doing, and I just turned around, protected our back, and turned out pretty well there. Steel Wall Award, Mastery Badge 2nd class, damage-wise 3,554. E100 definitely did a good job, as well as this E5 here at the end and the other guys, but all in all, pretty damn good game. Block 3,310 damage. IS4, again, armor good all around. Not exactly the best armor as far as raw effective armor values, but you just want to keep just moving it. That way your weak spot goes from here to there and all over the place. And a lot of times it can confuse people. It definitely confuses me at times. So Alright, so why don't we hop into something a little bit different here. Alright, I did not want to do that. Why don't I hop into... Let's see, I've already played... Why don't I play the T37 since... Am I done? Nope, I am not done the grind of the T37 yet. Yeah, it definitely helps when you have a lot of HP at the end. You can kind of use HP as armor at times, I like to say. Not that you should go in expecting damage. If you can angle, you still want to angle, but having the amount of HP I did mid-game definitely helped out a lot to where I could just kind of plow into people and kind of make mistakes like I did against that E100 and still come out alive there. In the event, the T37 here, I used the top turret and the top non-auto-loading gun, and really there's quite a few different options for the T37 as far as what you can use. I find like this is the best of the scout and the best of doing damage, to where it's really just a middle ground between the two, and it's just how I like to play. Some people might like the autoloader. I find it a little bit inconsistent, and some people might like using the stock turret, which you do have less vision, but you do gain quite a bit of speed. But unfortunately, I don't think that's exactly a very good loadout, since you do sacrifice quite a bit of firepower and view range just for speed, which T-37 isn't the slowest tank with its top turret, but it just takes a little bit of time to get going. I'm just trying to spot a little bit here in the beginning. It doesn't look like anybody's necessarily pushing up the center, which is kind of good for me, as long as I don't get shot here early on. Unfortunately, I don't have a very good crew in this, so I don't have Sixth Sense. I kept that in my Chaffee because I really like the Chaffee. Probably never gonna sell that thing or take my crew out of it. I might be able to get a little pot shot on this VK here. Or this other guy. I don't want to continue to push up too much. Our other side, though, whew, he is, or not he, they are playing very, very defensively, which is not exactly the best case. It's very difficult to defend that side. Alright. Holy crap, that guy stopped. Which I don't necessarily want to stop in the open, especially with this ARL over here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay, that guy got a little bit lucky there. Maybe not. Maybe not that much lucky. That hurt a little bit.
Penetration.
Alright, I'm gonna pull back just a hair. I'm gonna push down the other side of the river. And because I'm not gonna be able to do much on that side, since I am a light tank, and with the enemy as close as they are, I'm not gonna be able to really fire without being seen. Would be nice if this KV-85 would move up, but most likely he's either not playing or is a bot. So instead I'm just gonna, since they don't really have anybody in the center, just push up a little bit on this side. See if I can get any shots, but more importantly I might be able to kind of push through and help out this right side a little bit. This side of the map for this team, you have a little bit easier time pushing on this side of the river in a light tank through the center here, the 3 and 4 line, compared to the other side. Whereas the other side, you have a little bit of an advantage coming south and north if you're the other team. Alright, so I need to get a couple shots here. Although unfortunately the T29 is going to be a little difficult for me to damage him. Alright, so instead let's go back to doing artillery here. It is assault, so we can kind of be a little bit more defensive here, but trying to kill this guy before that ARL starts shooting at me from the other side. God damn it. Or that guy. I thought, yeah. Don't do that in a light tank. Sit there with, of course, your side exposed. I was completely overlooking the little bushes down here where that Hummel is sitting. I should have known because I just made a freaking map strategy for this. I thought since I didn't spot anybody, I knew I spotted to right about here, that the Hummel was going to be over here in K1 and I was safe, but it didn't work out to be that way. But you can't always pick the right decision. But I should have just kept moving in that regard, since really the only people back there was that one TD and of course that Hummel and M12 that, yep, oh well. Sometimes I really just probably do the worst thing possible. Unfortunately, I do not speak, I believe that is Krylik, i.e. Russian. So sorry, unfortunately I cannot read that. Thank you for watching the stream now. Alright, so we got Cliff here, 2 Bat Chat RDs, so gotta be a little bit careful as far as getting out in the open, since it's not like it's a T92 where you're going to get hit and killed, or they're going to miss you, and you have about 45, if not a little bit longer, seconds to move out of the way. Alright, so I'm probably going to end up over here with those 2 RDs and even a tier 8 RD. Coming from this side on Cliff, as far as places to go, really both sides have an equal time on here, except for the side in the north here has that D1 location that's extremely kind of overpowered in a way for tank destroyers. Alright, so dude and the mouse or the E100, why don't you go down there? It's a perfect location for you guys. Thank you. I would say from America with love too, but that sounds a little weird. I guess I did say it though. But in any event, this side in this area has very poor SPG cover compared to the other side, so usually I don't head this way, or I don't head to E3 from this side. So for the amount of people pushing up here, I don't know why the mouse is so adamant about pushing up here, but this guy seems like he has a little Napoleon complex, just very opposite with the size of his tank right now. I keep on poking until I find something. With how things are kind of shaping up here with the IS-7 as far as it is in the center, it's better if I just keep moving our front forward. But yeah, and our Waffle Tiger is sitting all the way in the back. Yeah, don't drive. I'm gonna keep on moving until I find something, dude. It's not my problem your fat ass decided to drive up here. Excuse my language, but I usually don't curse or anything, but yeah, you're going hard the long way. Sorry, but in a mouse, you should not be pushing around this way. He still might do very well this match, but still, he's taking the longest route possible, except for if he drove off of the cliff for the mouse here, which I'm going to be extremely vulnerable to artillery here, but in any event, got their attention. Oops, I don't want to get behind this guy. He's going hard, guys. Ooh, a little bit of a heat round there. I'm gonna move over this way. Alright. I just want to get into cover somewhat. Do this T62A. I'm gonna focus on him since, god damn it, or I'm gonna completely miss him. I definitely misjudged that. Should have just held my shot there. Alright, AMX-30. Which way are you going? Unfortunately for you, unless you track me. But better to push over here since enemy SPGs cannot hit you, rather than go over there to where they can. But in any event, definitely worked out as far as our team goes. Still don't really agree with that mouse pushing all the way around there. Would have been better had his IS-7 buddy did it with us. But in any event, we're still going to end up winning this. So I guess it all worked out in the end there. I definitely whiffed on that T62A on that first shot. A little embarrassing there. But I was forcing a shot that at close ranges it's never easy to hit a tank that fast, especially while zoomed in. Let's see if I can get... Okay, a little hesitant with shooting with the mouse moving in front of me. But in any event, that worked out. So I have a little over an hour left here. Gonna keep trying to play different tanks that I haven't played yet in this stream, but if there's any specific ones, I'll gladly play them. Mastery Badge 3rd class. Only 1100 damage here. Didn't really do much else, but still made a little bit of a profit, and I'll take that. Why don't I hop into this little fellow here, the SU-85I. You don't see too many of these around. It's not exactly the best premium tank in the world. It's really just mediocre at everything. And being a tier 5 tank destroyer, as you see here, HP wise, it's kind of lacking in that department. But many tier 5 tanks that aren't heavy tanks kind of fall into that category, but I still feel like tier 5 TDs could use a little bit of an HP boost, even mediums, since once you hit tier 5, fighting against 6s, 7s, and whatnot, you're really at a huge disadvantage as far as HP goes. I'm going to be heading south here. I don't particularly like going north on this map from this side. I usually stick in the southern part. Very rarely I'll go north if my team needs it up there. I just find it's too many variables up there, and I find it better to do very well down here, or die, but and then worry about kind of popping back to your flag either through this way or getting back there before the enemies get to it. But I think from this side though, pushing north is definitely a lot worse off than when Sand River wasn't altered in any way. Initially, you couldn't drive through here, you couldn't drive up here, and really the north was the place to go. They kind of changed it enough to where the south is a little bit more consistent. That's nice, GG. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to study for. I'm thinking about going back to school, though, maybe in another year or two. So we'll see how much time I have if I go through with it, though. Alright, so we got a Lee. I'm not too worried about that VK there. I'd rather pop this guy out, since the gun on this does hit pretty decently as far as its alpha goes. It's just your accuracy is a little bit timid, and really your stats aren't all that great. They're just decent at everything, where it's not really considered a bad gun. It's just doesn't really have one solid strength to it. But this tank's all about kind of sitting back and dishing out the damage and not being seen. So hopefully that remains that way, especially with a KV2. I have a feeling like he saw me now, so I'm gonna move. Just gonna pop one APCR in here. Okay, AT2, are you gonna push up here? That Skoda's a little too high there. Just want to be careful about that KV2 over there. Alright guys, okay, I guess he's pushing over. I guess if they're all pushing over, I might as well push over here. Ooh, shit, I do not want to ram that guy. While I regroup here, I'm gonna pop a little bit over there. I need to get this KV2 out, because of course he can pretty much one-shot any of us. Now I'm gonna head back to the base, since they got quite a few tanks up there heading towards it. This tank, though, it's good when you have a team to where you don't need to be on the front line. It's not good when you actually need to be that person taking the shots. It does not work at all in that scenario. Yep, I agree with you, USC. It's just right now, as far as I'm not going back to school right now, since my job right now pretty damn good for where I'm at. Yes, it is seasonal, but I still make a decent amount of money, but I don't want to be a chef forever. I don't want to be cooking when I'm like 40, 50 years old in a 100-degree kitchen. Right now, being 25 is not so bad, and it's pretty fun, but it's definitely not something I want to stick at forever. Take that, E2. No, stay right there. Oh well. Alright, well, I don't want to be taking shots. I don't want this Cromwell kind of to snowball this side. Alright, buddy. Push right. Nope, you're not going to push up there. Thought he might. No, gun depression sucks. Alright, I'll let that Cromwell do it. Gun depression, not the best on this thing. Oh god. Run away! Hopefully. When in doubt, run. Although, okay, he's not aiming at me. Good. Because I was unaware that I was pushing right back into his sightline. Jerry, I do not use any modifications to the game. Any game that you see me play, whether it's World of Tanks, World of Warships, potentially League of Legends, I might end up streaming or making videos for that semi-soon. Not seriously, but I play it casually right now. I don't use any modifications whatsoever for games.
Броня не пробита.
Alright, Mr. Churchill, I'm just switching over to APCR since I don't want to get very close to you. Now, if I would please stop hitting his tracks, I'd rather hit a little bit lower on him to do some damage, but why don't I swap over to a little bit of HE?
Попадание. Попадание.
I'm just gonna be that person right now and annoy the hell out of this guy. I don't think he can see me. Churchill doesn't exactly have the best view range in the world, but
Попадание.
I'm just gonna annoy him right now. Looks like I succeeded. In any event though, victory here. 3 kills, not too bad. A decent amount of damage. And pretty easy win. Fortunately, we won the south quick enough to where we could head back to the base. And definitely works out. Even if the enemy gets into your base, it's not exactly the easiest place for them to try to cap you out. It's not that well hidden. In any event, Mastery Badge First Class, and damage-wise only 1700, but still pretty damn good considering only 380 hit points. And then not much else, just a little bit of spotting damage / assist damage, and a little bit of credits there. So why don't we switch things up a little bit? Let's play a SPG piece here. And of course, high tier match and Winter Himmelsdorf. Fantastic. Alright, so where do I want to go? USC, unfortunately I don't really have many tanks with marks at all. I don't really play, I haven't played as much as I probably should for all my tanks. I have so many tanks right now to where I just pretty much just plop around different tanks every single match. And ever since Marks of Excellence have came out, I was kind of gone from the game much of last year since I purchased my first house and was renovating it. And I probably only have like 3 or 4 tanks at the moment that even qualify to get them. But unfortunately, don't have any with 3 on them. But it just means I'm a very bad player. But any tanks that you see, I will gladly jump into them if you would like me to. Just based off of Mark's Excellence, I can't exactly base anything off of that since I don't really have many tanks with them. Alright, Mr. CDC. Ooh, thank you a lot for tracking him. Fortunately, though, I was not expecting him to move back up. He's pretty much the perfect target for me to fire at in this match. No, Mr. KB2. Alright, let's see if this guy's gonna play nice with me. Shit. I was like, where the hell is he heading? Guess I can hit this Jagged Tiger 8.8 just barely, but it might help out. Just kind of pestering him. Really, in matches where there's a lot of 8s like this, sometimes you just gotta be that a little annoying SPG that's tracking them. Which, excuse my dog there, he seems to have a hairball. Just kind of annoying people, which I'm definitely gonna switch over to this IS-6 and try to annoy him a little bit. FV is not exactly the easiest tank in the world to actually hit things with, just due to its shell velocity and arc. Hello, Dream Man. As far as the VK3601H, they probably say that because it was nerfed a little bit and changed. Not recently, but recent enough to where I can see people still saying ditch it because of that. It's not exactly, it's not a bad tank in any way, in my opinion. It's just, there's nothing too special about it, but I wouldn't say ditch it. If you like it, then keep it. Let's see if I can waste this guy's shot. Yep. Alright, WZ, there's your chance. Favorite tank at tier 6? I would honestly have to go with the Tog II. Alright, let's see if I can... No! God damn it! You ruined it! Oh, why did I just do that? I helped him! I was not expecting him to push up. I was expecting him just to stay back. I was gonna zip on by him. He would either have to turn to me and get hit by these two guys, or I would just basically be able to plink him in the side continuously. But in any event, since we lost this flank and we didn't get any push going on there, that's why I kind of bailed and just started doing something a little fun. But as far as tier 6, Tog II, as far as a regular tier 6 go, let's just kind of look into tech tree real quick. As far as tier 6s, it's like definitely the E2. Pretty much tanks I keep, I really like. But the Sherman Jumbo, definitely a good tier 6. There's the Cromwell and the British tree. As far as Russians go, KB2, but T150 is definitely a solid tier 6. I'm kind of naming a lot of tier 6s, but tier 6 is a pretty decent tier. But just saying that, not including the Tog, which I will hop into the Tog actually. I would probably have to go with the M4A3E2 Sherman Jumbo. It just has a lot of different setups you can use on it, whether it's the derp gun or the 76mm, and it's got a really good combination of armor, speed, and all-around flexibility. Alright, so Mr. Tog here, pretty much biggest tank in the game without any armor. It is not the biggest tank in the game, but this thing, while big, pretty much armored like a medium tank, and not in a good way. More like a French medium tank instead of a Russian medium tank, if that makes sense to you guys. Alright, so knowing that, I'm going to be trying to go down a flank with cover, and that's going to get me to a fight semi-quickly. So I'm going to head this way. Without any artillery, I'm very tempted to kind of skirt the edge of the map to get down here and just kind of push my way up. However, it's going to be very difficult to actually get there and potentially back. Don't know what you're doing, entire team. Alright, so essentially 10 people. Alright, you can't push me, and thank you for making me pay your repair bill there. One downside of the Tog is people do that a lot. They think they can push you, and they can't. Yep, I agree with that too, Trooper. ARL 44 is definitely a great tier 6 too. Not that it's my match, but I actually have a... Alright dude, you're starting to annoy the fucking hell out of me here. Yeah, not that it's my match, but I actually have a video uploaded. Pretty sure it was Melchior's. He used to be in a clan of mine's game. He ended up getting, I think, 14 kills in it, 13 kills, something like that, on Fjords. And pretty damn good game. It's somewhere in my YouTube archive. Not exactly sure when it was, but it was definitely at least 2 years ago. Alright, so I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage here. And hopefully I can get a little bit of help with my team. It's like you definitely have some armor on this thing, but once you start getting shot at by more than 2 tanks, the gun just cannot save you. Since the gun's the bright side for this tank. Oh god, he's getting into a very good spot there. This guy is, once again, getting onto my side. Not that it's affecting me very much, but it's annoying me enough to where it's distracting me a little bit. Alright, so that somehow did not track him. Here we go. Alright, buddy. Can you please stop sitting frickin' behind me? Speaking about ARL 44s, though, here's one right here. And he's probably gonna end up killing me. Or at least leading to my death. Alright now. Turn that turret. Stop shooting me! Or allied team, do something. Be nice if they could break through over there. Mr. Gang Panzer. I have to worry about this Tog of got this Crusader. So that worked out surprisingly well. Thought I was gonna end up dying there. Not that I'm still out of the woods here, but I thought I was gonna be dead about 30 seconds ago. What the hell? Let's take a shot there. Yeah, having 2 or 3 Togs in a match and kind of grouping up is a pretty fun tactic. Oh, hello, Mr. Stuggy Stug. Yep, you kind of made a mistake of letting me track you here. Oh shit, that's not good. Not good, not good. You're not supposed to be over here. In any event, though. Okay, never mind. That was not a great shot. Stop telling me it's a great shot when I'm not killing them. In any event, though, a very good job with that T34. 8 kills for him. Unfortunately, I did a lot of team damage this game since I had a friendly person trying to push me and nudge me everywhere. But in any event, Mastery Badge First Class. Damage-wise, 1600. T34, good job to him. 8 kills. Radley Walters. I was trying to remember the name of that. And then as far as experience and everything goes, made a little bit of a profit. But all in all, decent game for a Tog. Definitely a very squishy tank, but not too bad of a premium. It's definitely unique. Alright, so why don't we play the Centurion Action X since I haven't played that yet tonight. But surprisingly, back to the Tog, its rear armor actually can be better than a frontal as long as you add a little bit of an angle to it. It makes it a ricochet angle, and both adding a vertical angle to it and a little bit of a lateral angle, and it can be pretty interesting with people bouncing off your rear. But some tanks can overmatch it, of course. It's mainly against lower tier tanks. Alright, so in this tank I'm going to be heading opposite side, which I very much like what I see with the new south coast. Sacred Valley. Completely wrong map, which I think kind of like South Coast, but that got removed. They changed a lot coming up in the next patch on here for this map, and I think it's going to make this not the best map in World of Tanks, but it's going to be up there as far as one of the better, newer maps. The Comet, I very much like it too. I do own the Comet still. Usually I sell tanks that I don't particularly like, and after I grind past them, but the Comet is definitely good. Tier for tier, compared to the Cromwell, I would say it's better. The only problem being is, since it is a tier higher, you can see tier 9s in it, and unfortunately if you do get in a match with that, then it starts to, it's a little bit worse than a Cromwell, since the Cromwell does not see tier 9s. Alright, thought I might be able to see somebody here, but looks like they all stopped. Okay, let's just my gun pointed right about there. Alright, didn't see anything pop up. Would have been nice to have my shot for this guy though. Alright. Thought he might wrap back. He did not. Just have to be a little bit careful here because my backup is not pushing up with me. That's part of the problem, and they're kind of snowballing up there in the north. A little bit too late for me to push up there, of course. Holy shit, there's a T95 pushing towards me here.
You'll have a hard time hitting anything.
So this is not looking very good for us. We lost 2 tier 10s, and yeah. Honestly though, I think my only chance now, since unfortunately I wanted to kind of push the south, but the guys behind me kind of hung back a little bit too much, and I wasn't comfortable pushing up, spotting people in the beginning. At Master, I actually played the IS-4 a few games ago and did pretty damn well in it. I like it pretty much equally with the IS-7. It's just a little bit more defensive than IS-7, if that makes sense. Yeah, this match is starting to go downhill for us here. Unfortunately, in Sacred Valley's current form, if you lose the north and you don't really push the south much, you're kind of screwed. And that guy's kind of not singling me out right now, but unfortunately I'm heading all the way back. I didn't really get to do much this match, but it wasn't exactly my fault. I wanted to push, but didn't have any assistance to do that. Mr. M13. Oop, gunner died again. That's not good. Get away, you 100. Dude. You don't want to shoot me. Yeah, I'm definitely screwed here. Oop, I'm even getting shot by people over there. Seems like everybody wants to kill me. That guy got me though. Well, in any event, pretty crappy match here, but oh well. Definitely didn't go out the way I kind of planned. But getting back to your question, Appmaster, I'll gladly hop back into the IS-4 just so you can kind of see how I play it. But essentially at IS-4, it really depends on A, the map, and B, the enemy you're facing. Tier 10 tank destroyers, they kind of laugh at your armor, and it really struggles against them, but then again, really what heavy tank doesn't these days. But really the IS-7 or IS-4, it's just a pretty good all-around tank. It just, when you're facing something, especially say a tank destroyer, like I mentioned, that excels in any one area, mainly firepower, it can kind of feel inadequate because since it doesn't exactly have the best gun, doesn't have the best armor, best mobility, it just kind of falls down when it comes face to face with a tank that's specialized. Sorry, Mr. T95, I'm just going to cut in front of you. I was expecting most people to head over here, which they are, so I'm taking this route, just because somebody has to go over here. If that Conqueror gun carrier wasn't on the enemy team, I probably would head in the 9 and 0 line. Which, cross my fingers, a little over 2 hours into the stream here, and I still have not gotten hit by a tornado. Not that it's like a tornado warning, but we are under, as I said earlier in the stream, a little bit of a stormy system going past us right now. There's a little bit of a tornado watch going on around me, which is a little weird for here, but nonetheless, hopefully nothing happens. Knock on some kind of wood. Alright, thank you for the heat, E5. Unfortunately, yeah. Their light tank got in a pretty good position here. And now I'm kind of locked out from heading over to here safely, unless they can... that was not a smart move. I was going to say weed him out, but that's not how you go about it. Alright. Fortunately, one of them survived. Here we go, we got the gang heading up here. A little bit of help, guys, that would be fantastic. At least for that guy to give up already. But fortunately for them, I'm not really comfortable staying out too long here to get a aimed shot off. Seeing as all their tier 10s are over here, it would be nice if we could, you know, a little bit of help. A little bit of help would be nice. Nope. Someone, anyone? Pretty please, sugar on top. I know I'm kind of being one of those filthy heat chuckers, but not too much I can do about it right now. Alright. Of course I got my ammo rack damage, so that does not bode too well for me. Still, nobody on that flank is moving, which surprised me very much. It's like, hello guys, no, somebody, anybody. Just trying to keep myself alive a little bit longer here. Oh no, 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 don't do it, I7. You don't want to kill me. I do not want to be shooting heat against him. It doesn't help that my ammo rack is damaged. God damn it. Jerry, T32. But, sorry. Just right now, these people really piss me off. Like, how do they not move? We're still ahead, which is good. I think we're gonna win. But we would have won by now had they just kind of sent one person over. The T32, as far as the setup goes, I would set it up very similar, if not the same as I have the T29 here. You just want a vertical stabilizer, gun rammer. You can either use ventilation, or if you want, you can use coated optics for a little bit more view range. But the T32 just pretty much grabbed a top gun. Going from the T29 to the T32 almost feels a little bit like a downgrade in a way, because the gun doesn't work as well on tier 9s and 10s, since you're going to be seeing a lot more of them compared to the T29, of course, where you're only going to see tier 9 at most, and mainly you face 7s and 8s. But in any event, though, T32, just focus more on your armor and then focus on the gun. Always try to find hold down positions. Your armor is good enough to where if you're against lower tiers that aren't tank destroyers or some heavy tanks or people chucking premium rounds at you, you can kind of use your armor to bully people. But in any event, hopefully we win that last battle there. Unfortunately, I don't have the T32, Jerry, so I can't play it. But hopefully that helps you out a little bit. You pretty much play it the same as the T29, except for focus more on your armor, less on your gun, especially if you're in a match with a lot of higher tiers. And unfortunately, there's 2 OIs on the enemy team. While I do think the KV-2 is a better tank than the OI still, for a map like this where they have a lot of cover and their size is less of an issue for them, is definitely a very good map for them to play on. I'm going to try to get in position over here and potentially get into the center line road. A little bit of a concern that nobody is in the field, but I've seen worse. At least there's 2 people. The Hetzer can go Hetz over there. Yeah, there's one down. T32 out moves. It's pretty identical to the T29. Come on, guys. Get around that corner. Help me out here. Somebody. Anybody. Nope, you're all just gonna let me die? Okay. Fantastic. I was expecting HE shell, that's why I angled a little bit more there. Unfortunately, though, I'm definitely taking quite a bit of damage. God damn it, that was a very bad shot. Still a little bit annoying that my team is still not trying to help me here. They have perfect shots on these guys. It's like I'm going to end up dying here, but great teamwork, everybody. But in any event, they're going to learn the hard way that you're just going to get dismantled if you sit there and let people take that centerline road. But in any event, let's move on here. Why don't I play this premium tank here? FV201 A45. Not exactly the best premium tank in the world as far as its stats go, but seeing as top tier here, it's not too bad. It's just, unlike other heavy tanks, you can't really rely on its armor all that much. It's more like a heavy medium, to where you essentially have the same gun as the Tog II, and being a tier higher, when you're facing higher tiers, it kind of struggles a little bit. However, being the top tier, or if there's not a lot of 8s or other higher tier tanks in your match, it does pretty well. But really, you need to definitely not take any shots from the sides. Your upper glacis isn't all that strong. Your turret's a little bit weak, but consistently, it does decent. It's one of those jack of all trades tanks where, as a heavy tank, it just doesn't have enough alpha damage or armor to really make people fear it. But it has a decent amount of HP. But in that last match, I definitely didn't get any help there, Jerry. But I kind of knew that was a possibility, pushing into that spot that I pushed in with the KV2. And unfortunately for me, my team didn't end up helping. I just thought with the vast amount of people we had in the town, if I was going to get focused on around the corner, people would have realized, oh, they're all looking at the KV2. Why don't we just pop around the corner, shoot them in the side, and yeah, we're not going to take any damage. Okay, I missed there, but oh well. Good for that Chaffee. Alright, so hopefully one of these guys kills him. Alright, they're not... Alright, never mind, I'm not going over there. I was contemplating going to shoot the Chaffee since they do have shots on him. There we go, somebody got him. It's the furthest person away from him too, but very good job, guys. But I'm just working towards the hill since most likely their tanks are going to be heading up there as well. There's no artillery, so hopefully I can get to a spot where I can kind of hold down. Your armor is not the best, but the best part of your armor is the turret. Let's see if I can get a couple shots off here on this Sherman here.
Enemy armor is hit.
Just want to make sure I'm not just sit out here too long and take a big shot. Alright, I might be able to hit him. Nope. It was worth a shot. Do want to get a little bit further away from the edge here. Never smart to drive on the road. That goes for a lot of maps. The roads are kind of there almost for looks. However, I find a lot of times they're deceiving. People drive on the roads, but oftentimes it's just the perfect spot for an enemy to hit you. I always drive a little bit further away from the road since usually you're lower to the ground and you kind of gain a little bit of cover being a little bit lower. Alright, so we got this nice 2 here. Unfortunately, he's in a pretty good spot to damage me. Alright, nice if we can damage him a lot before his help gets here. Don't know if he's still there, but I'm gonna let somebody else spot them since he can't see me, I can't see him. I'd like it to stay that way. I know there's a building there, which is why I shot even though... Alright, I completely missed that. Even though it didn't show up as his silhouette. Just want to kind of take his cover out here. Alright, still got the IS-2 here, unfortunately. I want to help you, Comet. The OI is definitely a scary tank to face off against. And a Comet. Alright, time for me to buckle down here and... We don't want to push against that OI just yet. It's just not worth it. Hopefully we can let's push against these guys and I won't take too much damage, hopefully. Kind of remains to be seen, but right now it's not going so well for me. Come on, Mr. Skoda, we can do it. We can do it. Hopefully nobody ran away. Really, we're just... This is what we got right now. Alright, very good job. We do have a Panther back here, and we're probably going to end up being flanked. But at least we kind of held our own here. Got an M4 improved that can definitely chew through this guy's armor. I just hope this OI doesn't come up behind me, which he very much might. But in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna keep trying to get a little bit of damage off here. Come on, there we go. I want to get my gun repaired since the accuracy on this is good, but once it's damaged, it becomes bad. Sorry, Mr. M4, I am aiming for you first.
Gotcha. Enemy armor is damaged.
Sorry, buddy.
That one didn't go through.
But gotta worry about the tank in front of me right now. Me and the Skoda have something going on here. So all in all, pretty decent here. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Fabios, but I don't know. You're probably gonna get put in a timeout here soon. Don't think anybody here is all about whatever you're talking about. In any event, though, we have this OI here. Come on. Somebody. Come on, look, Mr. Firefly. Here we go. I just need one more person. Which he shot, so I have a little bit of time here to get around him. Thank you very much, Firefly.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
We have the time, we have the numbers, so might as well just play it safe there, just to get him out instead of going one by one and potentially both dying. So in any event, pretty good match in this. When this is top tier, it does excellent. When there's only a few higher tier tanks against it, it does pretty well. It just kind of struggles when it's forced to tank damage against higher tiers. But it's a decent premium tank. It just, there's still better options than it, of course, which is my main gripe against this. But I ended up buying it, so it had to be decent to kind of lure me in, or else I wouldn't have got it in the first place. Let's see if I can hit. There we go. A little bit off there. Come on, there we go. Got a nice little Top Gun there, the last second. Guess this tank kind of showed me, since I made a video about it, I think maybe a month ago, and I was a little bit too mean to it. In any event, Mastery Badge First Class, got a High Caliber Award, Steel Ball, Top Gun. As far as damage goes, 2,543, 6 kills, 1,100, basically 1,200 experience. And all in all, pretty good game. Yep, no problem, Jerry. I'm here to answer any questions. I have about 29 minutes left, it looks like. And then I'll be back streaming tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I'm open to any questions, any specific tanks anybody wants me to play. But yeah, the T32, it's just important to know that really you do need to carry a little bit of premium rounds on it, just because the gun's still decent, but it's just barely a subpar gun. It's mainly just the accuracy and soft stats on it that make it kind of a pain to play. A lot of people actually, because if I'm not mistaken, the T32 in reality, as far as its design goes and everything, had a 90mm gun, not a 105mm, and some people actually want them to put it in the game. I think it would be nice. It would have less damage per shot, of course, but it should have higher penetration and also better accuracy. I think a 90mm on the T30 like that as a top gun would be an excellent decision for World of Tanks, but really T32 right now isn't a bad tank. It's just the gun's a little bit of a letdown. Yes, I have played World of Tanks Blitz at Master. I play every now and then when I'm, say, stuck in a waiting room or something and want to play a quick game on my phone, but I don't really like the controls of it since I don't play that much mobile games. Alright. So seeing here if I can get a little bit lucky on a shot here. There we go. But Blitz is definitely a good version of World of Tanks. I even play the PS4 here or there, but I want to do videos for it. The aiming, I cannot do it with a controller. And I played console games for a very long time before hopping over to PC several years ago, and I still play my PS4, but I just can't get down the aiming World of Tanks on PS4. Here we go. Got a little bit of help here, but this E3 is definitely a concern. Fortunately, we have a little bit of a... That guy got bamboozled. I need to back on up to my little IS-7 spot back here. Yeah, I know they have a 90mm gun, Jerry. It unfortunately isn't the historical gun, though. It would be a better 90mm gun for it. But you are correct there. I just mean as a viable Top Gun option. God damn it. I knew he was going to do that, but I thought he was going to be a little bit slower at doing that. Oh god, AMX-50B behind me. Not a good tank to find on your flank. Okay, at least we still have some people in the city, or not the city, the field over here. I wanna help him, but sorry, buddy. Alright, since we're kind of losing the flank behind me, I'm gonna push a little bit further here. Yeah, stay right there, please, please. There we go. Alright, so we have a Mutz now. I could use AP or AP against him, but I already have heat loaded. I trust the T34-3 behind me, so I'm just going to leave him to the 50B. He has such a big HP advantage over him. I trust him to hold his own there. Alright, so let's see if I can squeak by a shot here on this E3. Ooh, this guy's smart. Yeah, I knew I could just barely clink by there. Ooh, I need to keep myself angled. There we go. I know I'm being hit from the rear. A little bit smaller guns over there compared to what I'm facing over here. The E3 can definitely still damage me. So can this E100. I'm more or less concerned about these two tank destroyers in front of me right now. I'm kind of hunkered in there. Okay, dokie. Let's see. That hurt a little bit. It's not very nice. Ah, God damn it! No. I knew that Bat Chat was gonna come for me eventually when he was loaded, but yeah, I definitely ruined my. I ruined my angling there on my rear. Since the range the Bat Chat was, pretty much if I kept my angle like I was initially, with it kind of angled that way, I was bouncing his shots. But unfortunately, it didn't last forever. I probably could have tucked in behind this tank. I was just afraid that the E3 was just going to come around, stick his front into me, and I'd be done. But sitting a little bit further back prevented him from doing that. But in the end, tried my best, and didn't exactly work out there in the end. There's about 23 minutes left here for the stream. So if anyone has any tank requests, I'll gladly take them. Yep. Have fun plowing snow, Jerry. I assume you live, if you live in the US, you live somewhere in the New England area. Or potentially the Midwest. But in any event, a decent amount of damage, 5,100. Most in the match as far as my team. Great job by that enemy Bat Chat, though. Winning that field definitely put a little hurt in my wallet since we ended up losing. So why don't I switch tanks up a little bit here. Trying to get this double done here for this tank. When this grind is over, I'm going to be very glad. It's like I pushed down this line mainly for the light tanks back when they were really damn good before the other tier 8 lights came along. But after that, I'm like, why not keep pushing? Alright, I'll play the Churchill 1 next at Master. Or Churchill 1, sorry. I do not have the Churchill 1. I can play the Churchill 3, which same tier, just of course the premium version, a little bit different. Or I have the Churchill, or I don't. I have the Black Prince. But yeah, I'll gladly play a Churchill if you would like me. I just don't have the 1. And I can play the Comet Abdul. Alright, so even though I don't have great gun depression, being a medium, I'm going to push south just to try to help my team out here. Fortunately for me, I think I'm not going to get up here compared to their tanks. Aiming up's a little bit easier in this than aiming down. Although, nope, screw it. I'm heading north. Change plans. There's just not enough help there that's going to get there in time for the warrant me pushing up like this AMX CDC is. Yeah, the rest of our support's way too slow for me to warrant pushing up there with him. Feel bad for him, but you can't increase a tank's top speed in game, unfortunately. So instead, I'm going to double up here with the T10 over here, and hopefully these two guys. Alright, so yeah, I'll play the Black Prince, then I'll play the Comet, and we'll see how much time's left in the stream, but that might be it for tonight. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow night, of course, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again. I was just taking a crack at that person, but very low chance I'd hit him. And I'll be playing World of Tanks again. Oh god, I made a little bit of a mistake pushing that far. I'm going to try to help him here. Yep, no problem. Try to help you, dude. Aim for the M46 since I had an inkling that our T10 was going to aim for him too. We could probably... Never mind, he's dead. Alright, nope, you're not going to stay there for me. Alright, we need to pull back a little bit. We need to... Sorry, Super Person, but with that T10 kind of out of things now, we're at a slight disadvantage here. And unfortunately, I'm at a big disadvantage because I'm going to have to fight on a hill. But fortunately, there's only one artillery piece. Alright, so who's going to be my next target here? Probably the Centurion. Alright, so this is gonna get out of hand quickly here. I was hoping for a little luck there, but no luck. Trying to continue to pull back to where I can potentially have some help. Alright. Never mind, I thought that guy would have pushed out, but nope. Alright, that hurt a little bit. Guys, help. When he's saying that, not because I don't care to die, but that guy's mad. Yeah, I left you there to die, but dude, there's no other option for us here. It was either we'd both die or kind of slink away and try to live to fight another day. But yeah, I really freaked out there. Yeah, I know Otter's a pretty good clan. Alright, so let's hop into the Black Prince. As far as the aiming for the console trooper, it's not the grip itself, it's just I'm so used to aiming in World of Tanks with a mouse that it just feels weird with me using analog sticks, which I usually don't have a problem with because I do play console games. It's just, I guess since I've played I don't know how many hours in the PC version, it's just different. I'm sure I'm going to get the hang of it eventually, in which case I will hopefully make videos and potentially stream off of PS4, but right now it would be better time spent playing PC rather than the PS4 version right now. Not saying I'm terrible at aiming. I do well on pretty much all the matches I play at on PS4 World of Tanks, but I'm still in the lower tiers and it's probably newer people, but I just find myself making quite a few mistakes where I kind of wish I had a mouse. But that last match, that guy was a little bit mad at me for ditching him, but it's like the same thing, the AMX CDC. They ended up doing well down there, but sometimes you just have to retreat. You gotta kind of lick your wounds and live the fight another day. The T10 pushed way too far alone, and he paid the price. We all didn't have to stay up there and also pay that price, but it ended up being that way since... Ooh, yeah. That was not very smart on my part.
That one didn't go through.
Please don't hit me, SPG. Alright, I guess they figured out that they could kill that cover.
We lost a crack. We're stuck here.
Alright, so there goes two of my consumables. Found the enemy. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have the best crew in the world for this tank. So I'm gonna actually be sticking outside of the building here with the amount of enemies that there are. Does not make sense for me to push in. Be nice if this T34 would also pull back. Alright, Mr. T1, you coming around here? Yes, you are.
Enemy armor is damaged. Vehicle destroyed. We're
But a lot of enemies. Always good to have your backside open with support. That way, if I need to, I'll be able to pull back here.
Fixed. Let's roll.
Alright.
We damaged them.
Do not want to get hit by that KB2 though. That's not in my things to do.
Enemy hit. Great shot.
Alright, so unfortunately I'm gonna get flanked here.
Double bounce.
Alright, thank you for that bounce.
We're stuck here.
Even though I do have some support, I'm not gonna have enough support, it looks like. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a little bit of fire there.
Enemy armor is hit.
I'm just gonna focus on the AT7 right now.
Enemy hit.
Alright. Thank you for... Maybe I should have focused on the KB2. But unfortunately, the Black Prince doesn't have a very big gun as far as alpha damage goes. Damn.
This vehicle is
I was trying to get right up in his face, so when he shot an HE round, it would have damaged him too. But in any event, my best bet, I probably would have been better actually backing up into both of these tanks and killing them and leading these two guys around. But yeah, at that point, when you're in fights like that, it's hard to think of every possible scenario. So unfortunately, we lost Carlisle. Not too much of a surprise, but yeah, not too much could have did there. A little under 1900 damage, but these guys really carried the match for him. So let's hop into the Comet here. Again, I don't have the best crew for the Comet, since it's a tank I like, but unfortunately, with the amount of tanks I have, I don't have crews for every single tank I have that are like 2 or 3 skills. Alright, so Lakeville. I think the last game I got in the Comet was actually on Lakeville as well. And that was about a week or 2 ago. I'm tempted to kind of push and scout the middle, but I know especially with the amount of smaller tanks that they have, that'll kind of be my death sentence. So I'm going to head a little bit over towards the town area.
Move out.
Alright, so that guy's gonna spot the middle. Okay. Know why exactly he's gonna do that, but at least it'll give me some shots, I think. But the Comet compared to the Cromwell just essentially plays the same. It just has a lot better soft stats, so you're not really dealing with the horrible gun bloom and on-the-move accuracy. I don't know why all these guys froze. Like, if they don't spot anybody, you don't need to stop. But I guess I'm gonna kind of continue on and truck into the town here. That SU-122-44 better know what he's doing, because once he gets seen, it's gonna turn ugly for him fast. I'm just waiting for my guys to catch up before I potentially move forward. Since I do have that guy in the center, I'm just gonna peek out real quick there. See if I can spot anything quick to help him out, but nothing. Doesn't mean that nobody's there. Just means that nothing big is there. Who got Carnival?
Enemy is hit.
Alright. I was gonna try to track him. That didn't work though. So he moved. So we're getting a little bit more help here. I'm actually... Ooh, hopefully I don't get shot there. I'm just gonna move the... kinda get a little bit of flank on them. Not that I'm gonna do terribly a lot here, but I'm at least gonna kinda get their attention. It's my main goal here. As long as I kind of ignore, or not ignore them, annoy them, I should be a benefit. It says P58 Mutz is pushing down here, so I'm just gonna kind of hold my ground, kind of let him make his mistakes, and use the better aiming time and reload time to... Okay. Didn't think he was aiming at me. I thought he'd be aiming at the T29. Any event, though, our valley should be breaking through here. I was concerned about those two guys way down there. So I don't want to get caught here alone. Alright, just making sure they weren't aiming at me when I was popping around there. We have a huge lead, so might as well just play things semi-cautiously. Alright, decent there. A little bit more damage, but the Comet, just compared to the Cromwell, I like it a lot better than it, just because the gun's just so much more comfortable to use. Accuracy on the move is excellent. Really the only problem with it is lack of armor, but really it's a medium tank. But otherwise, excellent tank. If not, just a hair bit slow, but really that's just kind of nitpicking there. Or not. Or if you're trying to shoot at dead tanks. So I have a few minutes left here, so I'll definitely pop into another tank. Maybe I'll play the Black Prince again, since that wasn't exactly the best match in the world, since we ended up losing. Mastery Badge 2nd class here in the Comet. Damage-wise, a little over 1,500. A little bit of assist damage, but not too much else. In the Black Prince match here on Pilsen, we ended up losing. I ended up doing a little over 1,100 damage. Those two tanks really carried it for him there. But all in all, not the worst match in the world. So I'll play another match on this, since it wasn't exactly the best match to really show it off. This will most likely be my last match of tonight, unless something horribly goes wrong in the first 3 minutes. If you missed the stream, it'll re-upload as a normal video. Usually I recommend waiting until tomorrow morning, since it'll be in HD then. Otherwise, I'll be back streaming tomorrow night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for World of Tanks. And in between tomorrow night and next Wednesday and Thursday when I stream again, I'll be releasing some standard videos. I only released one this week. I apologize for that, since I was kind of focusing a little bit on getting these map strategies done that I had in the pipeline, and hopefully now that I got a lot of them out of the way, I'm still working on doing the other maps, of course, over on wattguru.com. I'll be able to get a little bit more game time into World of Tanks and also World of Warships. Thanks, Abdul. Glad that I could show you a decent match in that. But I'm also kind of tinkering with the idea of possibly doing a League of Legends video, potentially. Not live streaming, but it's kind of my de-stressor game in a way, to where I don't really take it seriously, so I kind of hop in there and play a battle or two a game or a day. In any event though, the Black Prince, pretty good frontal armor. The tracks on the Churchill series lend themselves very well to angling. That way, essentially at this view, it's very small to hit your frontal armor. And really, it's just, you want people to track you in a way. It kind of sucks at times, but at least you're not going to be taking much HP damage. Alright, so we got a little M5 Stuart here, zipping around. Gonna see how far he goes, but I very much trust that Hellcat. Or I guess since they're not running into anything here, I'm gonna take a little bit of different approach just to be sure here. Might as well play it safe. Alright, so that M5 Stuart is going gung-ho here. It doesn't help that I missed. Holy crap. Maybe I do not trust that Hellcat. GG, League of Legends? I don't know if you're asking about that. Yeah, it's not something I plan on picking up a lot, but I just find it... Yeah, I know some people like Dota more than... or Dota, I don't even know how to say it. But I know both games. It's just when I used to play League off and on, maybe like a year and a half ago. I looked into both of them before jumping into one. I just found League to be a little bit easier to get into. But half the matches in there, people are yelling at me for being bad or noob and stuff. It's, I don't know why people are so toxic. They're like, oh, help me, and then you go help them and you die, and then they yell at you for dying. Okay, whatever. So it's kind of like World of Tanks. But in any event, back to the Black Prince here. I'm not too concerned about the Tog penetrating me all that much. It's got a good gun on it, but at this range, yep, that's not going to help you very much. I'm not very concerned about it. He can penetrate some spots, but I'm just going to angle a little bit more. But unlikely that he penetrates me consistently. So that's why I'm just kind of sitting out here in the open. Pretty much just an XP pinata right now for me. These guys are kind of frozen against this one OI, which, whatever. It's leaving me a little bit more room to operate here. This guy, okay, so I thought that he might try to flank me, but he's not, so I'm just gonna push right into him. Yep. He's like, oh shit, what do I do? I don't see many Black Princes. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of these once they put the chieftain into the game. Whew. Okay, so all three of those guys, or maybe two, since the Jagdpanzer, they all died. That's a little bit of a shocker to me. But yeah, I mostly laughed at the people in League playing with them. I find it very weird to people end up quitting or surrendering when you're ahead in the game. This might be me though, but I find about half my matches either our team surrenders or the other team does. I don't know if I particularly like that in the game, but yeah. In any event, against this OI here, I just want to nuzzle up to this side, get right around him, and yep, his turret's too slow, and Black Prince surprisingly is kind of low enough to where you can really get your profile small at times, since your turret is kind of squashed in a way. So pretty decent match to kind of end the night here. Feel free, if nobody, or not nobody, if anybody here is not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube. Keep up to date with the normal videos I put out, as well as my live streaming schedule. It'll notify you before and during when I live stream if you want. You can always turn notifications off if you want. Otherwise, just 1 second. Mastery badge first class here. High caliber, steel wall. Pretty decent match. 2600. Let's go with that. Second most amount of damage or experience. That Luch, he did a really damn good job. Props to that guy. Like, that's a terrific match for him. And a bit of block damage. Yeah, I can see where League of Legends better if people, friends that you play with. I just play randomly. I'm only at like level, I don't know, for my account, like 12 or 13. But yeah. But don't be surprised if you see a video or two of League pop up from every now and then if I have something funny or interesting going on. Alright, so M103 I never played with. I mentioned that earlier. But that goddamn Bat Chat there, that's the only tank with that amount of battles that I've actually played. These other tanks I haven't particularly played ever since they introduced masteries. But, yep. Aside from the IS-3, the only tank with over 100 games I haven't aced. But in any event, feel free to subscribe here on YouTube. You can also fund me, oftentimes in the upper right hand corner in all my videos. Otherwise, there is a PayPal link on my websites, wattguru.com and also menzgaming.com, or on the main channel page of my channel here on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for World of Tanks. Unless some random act of God ends up and strikes me down before then. So, in any event, thanks again for watching, guys, and good night.